It's Saturday, July 2nd, 2022. I'm TC Kirkham, and this is the Kirkham Report. What up, peeps? I'm TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report. Welcome to my weekly show, which wasn't supposed to be here this week, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. We got a whole bunch of interesting stuff. It's a good thing I am doing a regular show because a whole bunch of stuff has come up, and I want to talk about various things that's been going on during my week off. And what didn't get done is coming up right here in this week's cover story. So, I was supposed to be preempted this weekend by my mini-series Summer of 78. You notice that didn't happen. I put up a quick notice on the website, on the YouTube channel, about where it was and why it was going to get postponed again. I feel terrible because I know people were looking forward to it. I've actually had people tell me, hey, this is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see it. The truth is, I am really a nitpicker about this miniseries because I want this to be something special. I'd like it to go viral. I don't know that it will, but I've been working hard on this research and production and everything since about, I don't know, June of last year. Because I originally had hoped to have it out for Labor Day and then the end of the year. I've postponed it 3 times so far already. I swear this year it isn't going to get postponed again, because it is mostly done. I just haven't finished the last 4 parts. But I really wanted to make this a special thing. Summer of 78 is a very important time to me, and that's why I wanted to make it special. I truly feel, excuse me, like the summer of 78 was the best summer of music ever. Now, there's going to be people who are older that'll probably disagree, that remember earlier summers, and some later that will remember summers of their own. But for me, a 15-year-old at the time listening to KJRB AM and KREM FM in Spokane, Washington, while I was living in the small town, wheat town of Harrington, 50 miles southwest of Spokane, with the occasional weekend excursions to a station in Walla Walla that played Dr. Demento. That was a very important time for me. We had no car. Mom was working. I had a bike. I spent several days of that summer sick, so I was listening to the radio a lot. But summer of 78 to me is something really special. And when it does happen, the mini-series, I think you will find out why I think it's so special. I do apologize for the fact that I didn't get it done, especially after promoting it the last couple of weeks, because it should have been done, and I would have had time to get it done had stuff earlier in this week had not I got wiped out, and I'll tell you about that in the back pages. But in any case, I do apologize for that, and the reason why it was postponed is because I want it to be special, because it's special to me. And when you see what I'm going to do, I think you will agree that postponing it till I could get it just right is the best possible way to go. In any case, I do apologize for those of you who were expecting it. Don't give up on me. It is coming. And that is this week's cover story. Out of the box this week, I picked up one album from my friend Adam at Record Krate. I actually got it several weeks ago, but it just arrived this week after taking care of my tab with him. This is an album I've wanted for a long time. I love the singles from it, and it's in great, I mean, pristine shape. And again, we're going back to that late 70s time frame. This is the debut album from Odyssey. This came out in late 1977. It features their top 20 hit Native New Yorker and also a couple of other singles that did well on the dance chart. Odyssey was a great... I remember I only saw them once on television. They were doing the Merv Griffin show. And Merv at the time was taping a couple weeks in New York. And they waltzed in from this balcony on like this 85th floor of whatever building Merv was taping in, and you could see all the tall buildings behind them. And I don't like heights. I don't like tall buildings. So it was kind of off-putting, but the music is great. And if you've never heard Odyssey, you should give them a listen, especially if you like good old school disco. They were terrific. The rest of this week's haul comes from, drum roll, Don and Mary, of course. Not just 45s this week, though. I did pick up one album from them on one of their Monday shows, their Death Pile clearance. I think that was with that was when they were on with Mel and Bemos. I'm not sure if it was their last show on their own or not, but I've wanted this for a while, and I may have picked up the CD from Record Krate. I know I was looking for it a while back, but I've wanted this album forever. And this is an OG, although it is a later repress from that year, so it's not the first pressing, because it has the emblazoned little logo on the front cover of the hit. But this is still a true prize for me. Bloomin' Hits, Paul Maria and his orchestra, featuring Love is Blue, as you can see there. This came out in late 67. This repress is from 68, with After the Song became a monster hit on the radio. As I've told you before, I love beautiful music. Love is Blue is probably my favorite song ever to come out of Eurovision. A vocal version of it was fourth that year for Luxembourg, I believe, in 1967. So it's a great song, great album, and great stuff coming off of it. Now, let's get to this week's 45 haul. Let me grab it over here. It is in this Gigundo box, and I'm going to leave it in the box because it's just easier to get to. Once again, I got a few promos out of this batch, some of which were immediately reasons why I picked it up, and some of it just because I like getting all kinds of weird stuff. So here's where we are with these. I got 4 promos here. Darlin' Please Take Me Back by D. Irvin. This is on Signpost, which is from Atlantic. This is a rocket sleeve. I don't know this song, but I don't know this label either, so that's one of the reasons I was interested in it. This is a private press of this song. It did come out later, a few months later in 1983, I believe it said on Discogs. I didn't know he'd had anything out that late. George Fishkoff and Summer Love. It even has a phone number you can contact him on. I doubt that he passed away, so I don't think that's any good anymore. But I love him. Georgia Porcupine, one of the best instrumental hits of the 70s. Terrific song. Also a promo copy from WRNV 64 radio, as it says on the sticker here. Mike Post, the Rockford Files theme on the MGM white label for the promo. And on Ranwood Records, the Charles Randolph Green Sound. Sounde. I don't know what's up with that. Ranwood Records is the label owned by Lawrence Welk's company, so I assume he was associated with them at some point. Love theme from Hustle, which was I believe Burt Reynolds and Candice Bergen were in that. I might be wrong. I haven't seen it. But the flip side is even more interesting. It is actually got a star on it, because I don't know if that's means for the radio stations to do that or not, but it is considered the B-side, a dance version of the theme from Star Trek. Haven't had a chance to hear this yet, so it should be fun. Also picked up another of these wonderful Bobby Sherman flexi discs from Dawn. This one is number, I think I can never see these numbers because they're so pressed in there. This is La La La, number 2. I have 3 of the, I have almost got the whole set of these, Dawn, so keep your eyes out. Okay, the rest of these are not promos. They're from all over the board, all over the year. So we will just run through them as we go through them. A lot of them on labels I don't have, which I always love that. Shirley and Company and Shame, Shame, Shame. Flip side is an instrumental version on Vibration. Jean Knight, I have loved this song, and I've never had it in my collection, and now I do. Mr. Big Stuff, 1971 or 72, I believe. You can't really see it because its label is up too high, but Physical, Olivia Newton-John, have that already. A lot of these I had already, but I wanted certain things in this batch. Live Every Moment and Gotta Feel More from REO Speedwagon. I don't know if I have that one or not. I'll have to look it up. Fleetwood Mac and Think About Me and Save Me a Place. These are from the Tusk album. So that would put it at 79.80. Complete with jukebox card, Lucky Star and I Know It from Madonna. Touch and Try It's So Hard for Me to Say Goodbye from the Supremes. The date of this is 1971, so this is minus Diana Ross after she left the group. Dance With Me, Henry, and Every Road Must Have a Turning. This is really classic old Mercury from Georgia Gibbs. Look at that. Look at that envelope there. Never had this either on a single. I think I have the album. Fire and Rain and Everywhere Like Heaven by James Taylor. Now, actually, I don't think I do have that anymore. I had it at one point, but I think I turned it in for credit because I was never a huge James Taylor fan. I have a few of his singles. Still and Such a Woman from Commodores, 1980, I believe. Never had the single of this. I had the album from the beginning. Tragedy and Until by Bee Gees. The One You Love and Maps and Legends from REM on that wonderful IRS label from the 1980s. I don't have any other REM in my collection. I'm not a big fan of theirs. I like some of their stuff, but this is actually one I do like. This is on Mighty Records. It says it's back-to-back hits. I've never heard of either of them. Danny Darrow, Falling in Love and A Part of You. Pat Benatar, Promises in the Dark and Evil Genius. This is also one of the few singles by her I did not have, so that's very cool. Had this years ago, gave it away, traded it away at some point. Stick Up and VIP from Honeycomb on that second Hot Wax label. And Your Driver's License Please and Hey Sugar from Roy Tan. I'm betting that's going to be a novelty record of some sort. Grab another batch. Let's see here. Love this Columbia sleeve that Dawn provided. Once to Every Heart and Keep It a Secret from Joe Stafford. I love her. I did You Belong to Me on the Obscuria not that long ago. A Little Heartache and What's He Doing in My World from Eddie Arnold. Again, this is an RCA and a Tower sleeve. I don't even know what Tower is. So that's new. One Night Love Affair and Lonely Nights, Bryan Adams. I have to check and see if I have that. I don't think I do. Get Down and A Very Extraordinary Kind of Girl by Gilbert O'Sullivan. I believe I just got this. I'm not sure if I got the album or the 45, either from Donna or Adam at Record Crate. Sheena Easton, I do not have this on 45. Jimmy Mack, this is on, I have this on her greatest hits collection that I have. Kiss and Strutter 78 and Shock Me. Another vintage Columbia, Red Sails in the Sunset and the Syncopated Clock by Ken Griffin in a classic A&M sleeve. I love the classic sleeves, Don. I got to match these up with the right records. I can do that too, I'm sure. When It's Springtime in Alaska and Whispering Pines from Johnny Horton, classic country. The Tokens, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, and Buona Nina, I believe it is. I have this already. This version, actually, the Red Seal version. Another classic Columbia. I had a lot of classic Columbias in this batch. There Must Be a Reason and Someday by Frankie Lane. I got a copy of this a couple of times ago from Dawn. I already had it. I actually played it for Dawn. She requested it for Obscuria. Together and Zoot Suit Boogie from Tierra. Obviously a radio station copy from the writing there. Help Me Make It Through the Night and Diamond in the Rough from O.C. Smith on that late 60s, early 70s Columbia label. You can't see all the reflections in the background there. John Denver, Back Home Again, and It's Up to You on that Grayscale label that I only saw that with John Denver and on a couple of the mid-70s things. Time Will Tell. Excuse me. And From the Vine Came the Grape. Very old Dot Records. The Hilltoppers featuring Jimmy Saka. I don't know them at all. I love the array of stuff Dawn has been pulling out of her hat with this stuff. Say, has anybody seen My Sweet Gypsy Rose and The Spark of Love is Kindling? Dawn featuring Tony Orlando. Night Train and One Mint Julep, Buddy Morrow and his orchestra. I don't know what that note says. Big Band Stripper Song, according to Dawn. 1955. WDWS originally owned this. The theme from Dynasty and theme from Falcon Crest by Bill Conti. Love this. I have this already. I love his versions. The Dynasty one is a dance version. The Falcon Crest is just kind of a synthesizer version. Look of Love and Reach Out for Me, Burt Bacharach on a A&M Forget Me Nots, which of course was their classics label. Peter Cetera and Chaka Khan, Feels Like Heaven. I want to say that's from a movie, I'm not sure. And World Falling Down by Peter Cetera. Chaka is playing our 4th of July show this year with the Boston Pops. Somewhere out there, the actual version from the movie, Linda Ronstadt and James Ingram. I recently did a retro pop countdown where the Jets version was sitting at #1. I love their version much better than Linda and James's version. I don't know who this is. Maybe some of you guys out there can tell me. This also came from a radio station, but it's on Pasha, which means it's probably heavy metal. Arlen Day and I Surrender, and The Only Woman. Most Pasha releases, this is the label that Quiet Riot was known for, I believe. Is it Quiet Riot or was it there was a band on that label in the 80s. Anyway, if you know something about Arlen Day, let me know. I'd Love You to Want Me and Am I True to Myself from Lobo. I picked up several of his albums from Adam at Record Krate a few months ago. The last batch coming up here. Men Without Hats, classic Safety Dance, Living in China. Terrific stuff there. The New Quality 6, I Could Never Lie to You and Just Feel Worse. These sleeves, I don't know who came up with these, but they're supposed to have the paper sleeve with it here. So I'm going to have to fix that. Also here, Morning After and Diana by Marquise. Obviously not that song from the Poseidon Adventure. Dark Lady and Two People Clinging to a Thread. I don't know that one by Cher. I do not have the single of this, so that's good. I have it on the Greatest Hits album. Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me, Gladys Knight and the Pips. The flip side, I think, is Once in a Lifetime thing. Yeah. Have this already. In fact, I've gotten one of those from Dawn. This Little Girl, Gary U.S. Bonds, and Way Back When. I got another copy of that coming next time, I think, on one of the batches, unless it's in one that I did not win. I didn't get all of them this week. That's How Love Goes, and I Lost My Love in the Big City, Jermaine Jackson. One of his solo hits. That one is from 72. So that's really early. How Can You Mend a Broken Heart and Country Woman by the Bee Gees. Had this when I was a kid. I must have traded it because I lost it at some point. So I'm glad to have that back. Philadelphia Freedom, and I Saw Her Standing There Again, listed as the Elton John Band. That's the only place I've ever seen that listing on that. Dawn, I think this is copy 3 or 4 of this song I have from you. But it's always a good addition to the bench. Let's Get It On, and I Wish It Would Rain, Marvin Gaye. On My Own, Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald, and Stir It Up by Patti LaBelle, which makes this a back-to-back hit because Stir It Up came from Beverly Hills Cop. Both great songs. I actually have the 12-inch of Stir It Up. The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia, and Dime a Dance by Vicki Lawrence. Love the Bell Records label that had the Snuff Garrett logo. Snuff was the executive producer of these, and he was the only producer I ever saw that for, from Bell Records. California Sun and H.B. Goose Step, excuse me, by the Rivieras on by the Rivieras, excuse me, on the Riviera label. So this could be partially, at least, a private press. I don't know that one at all. Sing Baby Sing and Thank You Baby. Baby? Yeah, it does say Baby. Owned at some point by Phyllis, it says on the backside. From the Stylistics. This is the only Stylistics I've ever seen on the Orange Avco label. Orange Avco premiered in 74 or 75. First one I ever got on that was The Hustle by Van McCoy. This is definitely later stylistic stuff. Most of them are on the purple label, like Betcha by Golly Wow and all those. Hello, and You Mean More to Me, Lionel Richie. Damn Yankees, which I didn't even know it came out on vinyl. Silence is Broken and Double Coyote from early 90s. Definitely glad to get that. Al's Place and Mr. Sandman by the legendary Al Hirt. Hey, Steve, you have that one? And Old Cape Cod and Wondering by the marvelous Patti Page. I play this on my Spotify every time we're going across the Bourne Bridge when we're going down for our vacations on the Cape. We used to go every fall, but we haven't been since 2018. We didn't go in 2019 because Kim's mother was ill, and right before she passed, and 20 and 21, obviously, we haven't been. We're not going again this year. So hopefully next year we'll make it back. Those is my hauls. Those is my hauls. Man, I don't do good grammar, do I? I'm going to have somebody grammatize me. This is my haul from Don and Mary this time, and that one from Adam at Record Quake as well. And that is Out of the Box this week.
Police have at least 2 different cell phone videos of this attack, so they do have some critical evidence as they look to make these arrests.
It left me speechless. I was just sitting there watching that video, and I was like, how? Like, how do you do that to somebody?
The vicious attack erupted right outside South Station. Video showing a group of young men repeatedly punching the victim and shoving his girlfriend. They then jump into a car as 20-year-old Adam Neufeld lies motionless on the sidewalk.
He's got extreme light sensitivity. Loud noises are affecting him because of his concussion. He's got a broken nose. His face is all bruised up and bloodied.
The victim is now recovering.
I wanted to talk about this because this is just insane. This is the kind of stuff that just blows my mind. The drummer in this band, I'll talk about them a little bit later on, Adam Neufeld, is currently recovering at home. Since that story aired, they have arrested 3 people in connection with Adam's vicious beating, which left him with a concussion, a broken nose. I think he had a couple of broken ribs. I mean, the poor guy got mashed, and all he was doing was walking down the street with his girlfriend. His girlfriend is also pregnant, and these guys made some comments about his hair, told him to cut his hair. He made a couple of smart aleck remarks back. They jumped out of the car and beat the living tar out of the guy. I just can't, I don't understand where this world is coming. Why would you do that? I mean, if you're going to be a smart aleck anyway, obviously you're looking for trouble. Dave Bellevue, the lead singer for the band, also featured in that article. He obviously is mortified that this has happened, but it did lead me to discover them, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in as we go along in the show. But I just could not believe this story. I first saw it in the Globe, of course, Boston Globe. What are we doing when you just randomly attack somebody on the street? And I admit this probably wouldn't have made my show if it hadn't been the drummer for a local band. But I just really, this kind of shit pisses me off to no end. I mean, we are getting to be a country of rage. I read that from somebody this week. It's just been insane. And we have got to get some semblance of normalcy back. Adam, I hope you get well soon. I hope you're mending okay. And I'm going to talk about the band a little bit. But I think that this has got to stop. If you want to look into it, you can go to any Boston news site and type in South Station attack. It'll bring it up. But this is just absolutely appalling to me. And music fans need to let these clowns know that we're not going to put up with this kind of crap either.
Hollywood, Cinemark, watch where you going. I don't want you stepping on my. We are in my studio room. Dude, I have so many songs that I've made here. I love it. This is where I spend most of my time. Before, a lot of skaters were very critical of any other thing outside of the skating world, but I feel like a lot of other people, including myself, are kind of branching out and using the mentality of skating into other aspects of life. Music is so objective, and you can't really appeal to everyone in the world, so that was one thing that I had to kind of conquer, but then I just realized I'm gonna just make what I like.
Some of you may already be familiar with Sonny Suljic. He is an actor as well as a musician. He is also a professional skateboarder, as you see there in the video. Sonny is just 16, and I first noticed him I knew I had heard when he was in the Jonah Hill sort of semi-autobiographical film, mid-90s. I had read that Sonny was also a professional skateboarder, so that attracted me immediately. But in the last couple of years, Sonny's also been producing some interesting music. He's a hip-hop artist, and it takes a lot for me to like hip-hop. Even if I like the person, I'm not a big hip-hop fan. I love Sonny's stuff. He's creative. He has a beautiful rhythm. He also has a nice singing voice. He does actually sing on some of the stuff. This kid is going to be a huge star in everything he's doing. Already received all kinds of accolades for his film work in mid-90s and The House with a Clock in Its Walls. And he's done he did one of the Yorgos Lanthimos films a couple years ago. So he's getting known as an actor, but he's really starting to excel in the skateboarding community as well. He's got a lot of friends there, showing up on a lot of online stuff on YouTube, as well as the major skate competitions that air on television, on NBC and other places. And his hip-hop abilities, he writes his own stuff, he records his own stuff. As you can see, they're showing off his studio in the video. I've been a fan of this kid for a while, and if he's just 16 now, he's probably going to get better and better and better. I think he really, a lot of his hip-hop stuff is so much of it's done, like, I like one particular thing he talks about, finding himself in the city. It's a song about Los Angeles. I really like that one. I've loved practically everything I've heard from him. Most of his stuff is available for free. You can get it on SoundCloud and Spotify. He does not have any vinyl or any physical media out yet, so those of you who don't do streaming aren't going to get to hear him. Shame on you. He's an amazing talent, and I think that we're going to be seeing a lot more of him when he does eventually get a deal, and I think he's going to without a question. I don't know whether he'll explode, but he will probably do well. And he will probably be an in-demand performer at some of these hip-hop festival type things that go on. I really, really think you should check out his stuff and let me know what you think about it. You can drop me an email, or you can put it in the comment section. But I really want you to check out the music and the rap style of a hip-hop style that is skateboarder turned actor turned musician Sonny Suljic, an artist you should know. Debuting a brand new feature this week on the Kirkham Report. If you could have entrance music, what would it be? My wife and I have kind of made this a joke recently, and I thought it would be fun to throw it open to the whole vinyl community. If you could pick a song that played the instant you walked into a room somewhere, what song would accompany you into the room? We picked each other's. We were both kind of like, are you serious? She picked Tijuana Taxi for me, and she's not happy I picked Holiday for Strings for her. I'm curious to what you guys would think. Drop a note in the comments or drop me a line at the email in the show notes and let me know if you had an entrance music theme for every room you walked into, what would it be? I will tell you the answers next week. I mentioned earlier in the show about this band, and I found it through tragic circumstances, but man, I am so impressed with them. The band is called Young Other. Their drummer, Adam Neufeld, was attacked at South Station earlier this week. And because of that, I wanted to go see. I had heard from that news story that they were a band based in Worcester, which is, 50 miles from here, west of here. And I wanted to take a look at what they do. Well, what they do is classic. It's kind of mixed grunge sounds with hair metal and alternative, and they come out with this wonderful mix of great music. They have a YouTube channel, they have a website, they have all kinds of things. They have Instagrams. I'm going to have a link to their YouTube channel in the show notes. I urge you to go over and check them out. They are really terrific. Led by lead singer Dale Bellevue, I believe his name is. I was thoroughly impressed. So, in a way, I'm almost glad that Adam got attacked, because I would have never heard of them probably without it, unless somebody from the area pointed me in their direction. But Young Other, they could be huge if you get behind them. They have some physical media available, and it's orderable from their website. Go take a look at them and see what you think, and let me know in the show notes how you like it. Young Other, this week's shout out of the week. So, I've been on vacation this week from work, but it hasn't been a vacation. I took a week off because I had a very strenuous early week scheduled. Monday and Tuesday, I spent most of the day, or most of the morning at least, at Mass General Hospital at the Office of Nuclear Cardiology in the Yawkey building. My doctor, in her infinite wisdom, and I have one of the best doctors in the world, I love her to death, I've been having some fatigue issues lately, and so she wanted me to go have a stress test. Now, I tried to do a stress test years ago, the old-fashioned kind, where you stand on the treadmill and huff and puff and shit. I bombed out within 90 seconds. It was absolutely inconclusive. So she said, well, they can do it with drugs. They'll give you, it's called a nuclear stress test. We'll go have you do that. So I show up there at 7:20 in the morning on Monday. I had to leave the house at 6:30 to get there in time. And 6:30 is rush hour in Boston. It takes forever. Get in there, get all situated. They tell me what's going to happen. They're going to give me an injection of this stuff, and it's going to make my body go crazy for about 2.5 to 3 minutes, and then they'll give me the stuff that makes it stop. I never want to have one of these again, ever, 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 ever. Granted, it was easier than doing the actual stress test, the treadmill thing, because I just got to sit there and I was lifting weight in my right arm because the IV was in my left arm. But my God, I have never felt like that ever. I had terrible abdominal pain. I didn't get any pain around my heart. I had a slight ache. It was a 1 on a scale of 1 to 10. I had more pain in my abdomen from this thing, breathing was a real chore. But after they got the antidote stuff in me, I was much better. And then they keep you for a while, let you rest for a while, and then they do photos. And then the next day you have to go back and do more photos when it's completely at rest. So I spent the better part of 2 days in Boston's nuclear cardiology unit. The good news is it went fine. It was a pain in the ass, but it went fine. They did find a couple of minor issues that we're gonna check up on. My doctor thinks it's going to be controllable with what I already take, so that's not a big deal at all. But she's sending me to see a cardiologist just to be safe. I didn't have any chest pain then. I don't have any chest pain regularly, but as I said, I've had a cramp. I had a couple of nights where I had this massive cramp in my chest, and she thought it was, like me, she thought it was my muscle seizing up here in my what is this, the lats? I don't know what this is. Lats are down here. I don't know what the chest muscle is, but it felt like it was seizing up, and it would go away in like a minute, minute and a half, but it hurt like hell. I could barely breathe. Had that happen twice in a couple of weeks, about 4 months ago, and that's what all started this. I was originally supposed to have this done about 6 weeks ago, and they called and rescheduled me for this week, so I said I'm going to take the whole damn week off. It's a good thing I have, because although I haven't gotten my office done like I was promising to do, I have made some inroads. It's gotten quite a bit less crap over here, and I have gotten the rest of the house clean, which is also good. We had a major buildup of stuff from COVID in the dining room area, the dining and kitchen area, that I was able to get all the boxes broke down finally, and everything else and all together and get it out. So I actually did accomplish things this week, and I feel good about that. But in any case, you guys ever have a nuclear stress test? Oh my God. I mean, like I said, it was way better than the treadmill, but it was not fun. And so that was part of the reason I didn't get Summer 78 done. I was hoping to have afternoons to do that with this week, and I would get the last 4 parts finished. Monday, I'm not used to going to bed before 11 or 11:30 at night. Anyway, I was in bed at 10 o'clock on Sunday night because I had to be up for this test. And then I was just out from about 4 o'clock until, I don't know, I slept for 3 hours after I got home, and I was totally zonked by this thing. In any case, that's out of the way, and now I can give my time back to all the other stuff I'm doing, and hopefully that'll be the end of it. But I just wanted to let you know what's been going on with me, because I have mentioned this here and there to people that I've been going to the doctor, and things have been going on. So it's nothing serious that we know of. My doctor doesn't think it's serious, but she wants to make sure. So in any case, I just thought I'd share that with you, so you would know if there's anything or a reason for delays or anything. It might be connected to all these tests I'm doing and having to run around with, but I'm trying to get everything back on track. That's Back Pages this week. Thank you all for coming this week. I really appreciate it, considering I did let everybody down with Summer 78, but you know the reasons why over the last few days. I want to thank you all for listening and watching my show, because I wouldn't be here without you, and I appreciate all the comments and stuff you give me. I hope you will subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope that you will leave me a comment. I love comments, and this week I've given you several reasons to actually leave a comment, because I've got things going on that I want to hear from you about, and I hope that you will do so. This week should be back to normal. The Retro Pop 20 Retro Pop Countdown will be up on Sunday. Influencers will return on Tuesday. This Thursday will be the debut of Rank This. If everything goes well, it may be one more week if I don't have the time. And next Saturday we'll be back here with the Kirkham Report. And this weekend, tomorrow and the 4th, I will be off. And so I will be working those 2 days on getting Record Store Rewind up. I have a lot of stuff I need to get done over there, and I want to get it some of it up this weekend. It may not all get up, but I do have some contributions and some of the stuff of myself, and I want to make sure that that's available. If you don't know what Record Store Rewind is, it is our new connected site, fan-driven. You guys need to contribute for it to succeed, about record stores of the past that are no longer there, record chains that are no longer there, plus record stores that are around now. It is designed to be the record store equivalent of a Dead Malls or Dead Store site. So please come over and contribute. I have t-shirts available if you want one. I will be giving one away in a contest in a few weeks, but I do have them available, and the link is in the show notes. Also this week, during my daily show, TC's Daily Obscuria, which runs every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, I will be offering up a link to a survey that is designed to see where we're going to go with Obscuria in the future. I'm curious to see how everybody likes it and what they're doing with it and how many times they listen to it. So please, even if you're not commenting, and I know I get more listens than I get comments, please take the time to fill out the survey. It'll take you about 3 to 4 minutes. It's a quick multiple choice thing, and the survey link will be up. I'm going to probably leave it up through the entire month of July, but go ahead and try to answer it as soon as possible. It's through SurveyMonkey, super easy, and it's easy questions about what you like about Obscuria, and it will give me an idea as to where to go in the next weeks and months ahead with that, because I really enjoy doing it, and I really enjoy all the comments. Everybody really seems to like what I do with that, and I'm really, really pleased, because I've always wanted to do something like that, and I'm glad everybody's enjoying it so much. I will be doing a contest. I'm at 180 subscribers as of today. I want to get to 200 I would like to get to 200 by the 4th of July. Not going to happen, but I only need 20 more subscribers. Once we hit that 200 mark, I have a 200 contest coming up, and there will be all kinds of cool prizes. So please take the time to spread the word to your friends. If you haven't subscribed and you do watch this, please subscribe, as I said earlier, and get on board. I'm looking forward to doing this contest, because I think everybody's going to have a lot of fun with it. It's designed to be fun and funny and embarrassing, and I hope that everybody will enjoy it, and I hopefully will be able to debut it in a week or two, if we can just get me to 200. Once we get to 200, that's when I'm going to launch it, and I hope that you will help me get there. Until next time, for the Kirkham Report, I'm TC Kirkham. Thank you for taking your time and spending time with me. Until then, ciao, baby.